Frank, stop drawing. Everybody
Call
roll
that
a
my
d20.
teacher.
14.
It's actually, I got in trouble for that a lot in high school and middle school.
15.
18.
3.
19.
The 2 3s roll off again.
Hey, it's me and Matt again, just like last time.
3.
19.
All right.
Franks.
Previously on Homebrew Detritus.
Okay,
Well,
so no.
That's not including how many sessions I ran for my girlfriend and her boyfriend.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, I like Toker's idea. Bobby Hill pops up and goes, "That's my purse. I don't know you." Kicks you squat in the nuts.
like a Patronus from like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
God. A Nutronus.
Agreed. So you're gonna get out of my room, or
Thunder, don't hold back.
Okay, then. Ta-ta.
Lazarus.
Get off to go meet Rito Bumfinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sandra, you head off to have a conversation with Cuppy, Amon and Nim, and Ladros will all go to our seeking task for the order. You think your safest bet would maybe the Brazen Bee, and Dorian heads off to do something. What are those things they do? We'll find out more in the next episode of Homebrew Detritus.
Oh, wow. You really didn't get Kevin in at all.
Yeah.
I
No.
was not joking.
Kevin could have
Back
taken
in
a
the order,
long
baby.
dump.
Strongest man in the world.
Oh, what a great show.
Oh, Noob, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about,
man.
noob?
You don't know Artie, the strongest man in the world?
Nope. Unless you mean Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I mean,
No.
that was true for a time.
But no.
I convinced my mom to like Arnold Schwarzenegger. She didn't like him. And then I showed her that she just, his face. I don't know.
I mean, he does have a face.
And that accent was too much for her.
And he's a bit handsy.
He's a little handsy. But I showed her that clip where he's running for governor and the guy hit him with the egg. And they're like, "What do you have to say about the guy who hit you with the egg?" And he just says, "He owes me bacon." I was like, how do you not like that guy? He's so casual about it. Hey, God, you can't have eggs without bacon. And if you like my Arnold and Schwarzenegger impersonation, check out RPG Revolver's first foray into Barbarians of the Ruined Earth, where I played Arnold Sharnold Agablastard.
Know him. Know that one. His Musk.
Also, very handsy.
Yeah. No, he had an opportunity to be handsy and wasn't.
He's more olfactory focused.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It feels like he's handsy because his stink fills up the entire room.
Mm-hmm.
His stink is handsy.
It's not a stink, it's a musk.
It's must.
Oh, it's his powerful,
Musk.
manly odor.
The musk of truth.
There's
Yes.
not a bottle powerful enough to hold my musk.
Which is why we have to sell it in jugs.
Yeah. You can't spray it like a perfume. You have to spoon it out and slather it on.
Oh.
It's viscous.
It's a viscous, fluidy musk. Wet loads.
It's like the jelly you get in a thick can of Spam. Like it's solid at first, but then it starts to melt on your hand and like it just run down.
Oh, like coconut oil.
Yeah.
Solid.
That's
at
a
room
much
temperature.
more relatable analogy than fucking spam in your hand.
Spam jelly. Spam jelly.
Are you telling me you don't just open up a can of Spam and scoop it out with your fingers like an animal?
The goop is the
Or-
good part.
Or Vienna sausages.
I'm not trying to say I'm too good
All right,
for
I'm
spam. I'm just saying I don't
I am.
put it in my hand.
I'm not a monster, Kevin.
I'm too good for spam.
Spam can be good.
No, it can't.
You ever
Spam
feel it?
immediately reminds me of my poverty days.
You could afford Spam when you were poor? That shit's
Well,
expensive now.
Used to be Spam was cheap. And also, when I took over managing the kitchen I was last at, they had been doing Spam kebabs on a $22 sampler platter. And I said, not anymore, or I won't be a manager because I just am not going to sell people Spam kebabs in a $22 platter.
Spam kebabs.
Now this was
Delicious.
17 years ago. Back then, $22 was still a lot of money.
That's a lot of Spam.
Yeah. But I did. So we had all this excess Spam, extra Spam, and I gave a lot of it away because, again, I hate Spam. But I did open one can, and I was very surprised that the amount of jelly was a lot less. Like, I remember it being half jelly as a kid. Like, it was mostly, you could hear it, like an egg yolk in the middle of a bunch of
Shunk, shunk.
egg whites. You know, that was how much jelly used to be in it. So they cut back on the jelly, but it's still Spam. It's still terrible.
I think they must have restricted how much bone meal Hormel could put in there.
We're gonna need you to show us the recipe. You can't do that. You can't.
That's
do
a
that.
lot of bone
That is a lot of bone meal. You're gonna have to change the name of your product legally if you don't change the recipe. So they changed it a little.
The Spone.
You had any good Spone today? It's
Sorry.
bone in a can that you can eat.
Spiced bone.
Spiced bone. Mm.
The spice, incidentally, in Spam is salt.
Yeah. Pretty easy to come by.
At one point in time, though, in the U.S., you would know where your salt came from.
What?
Like, no,
Is
it
there
was
more to that, or is
no, just it was a common question. Hey, where you get your salt? And because it had not been commercially mined, I guess. This is pre-World War I.
Oh, so when you were a teenager?
Working in the salt mines.
I'm sure it was commercially mined, but it was always. I assume sea salt was always cheaper. Why am I talking to you about this boring subject?
You see, the thing about salt is
It's a real
I wanna
salt
roll
to the earth
dice,
conversation.
Taylor.
the science that goes into giving it an expiration date. Stupid.
Yes, I agree.
You know what causes salt to expire? Water. That's when it's expired. If it gets wet, it's over. Other than that,
But
But you
you're
know what? You
Right
can still
there.
dry it out.
good.
Thanks, man.
Magic of salt.
I did not know that.
Well, that's how you get salt out of the ocean. You dry it out.
Thank you for telling us about water-soluble minerals. Can we move on?
The thing
You
about
keep-
water-soluble minerals is
Titillating.
when we last left off, our heroes made it back to Yardle.
I feel like we're pretty heroic, personally.
We'll see how that holds up after we discover what all their different trips were. Ooh, but before that, do we remember Tarek?
That's the dwarf that ran away and then he told everybody that we had died or something in the cavern.
Oh, that guy.
Nim gets a Benny.
The
Good
asshole.
job, Nim.
I thought you were talking about the dinosaur hunter.
I thought I had an agenda item dangling somewhere.
Deep beneath the city of Yarnum, behind the dwarven doors, in the dwarven city that lays what you all know now is basically the skull of a dragon. Tarek makes his way down an alley, drunkenly leaning from one side to the next as he walks, pocket full of gold, a belly full of mead. saying to himself one more time, "They fought so bravely, but as the rock fell, I knew. I fucking knew." He had finished that line several times at several different bars, telling everyone that the heroes of the Dwarven Doors, of their last adventure, of their death, he had been titled the last survivor, the last saved. Kind of a sorry, my brain farted.
The last survivor.
But he was the last saved of the heroes of the Dwarven Doors, because your last adventurer into the Dwarven Keep had been one to save their city. And he had used this tale repeatedly to get drunk at every tavern and gold donated, people coming to hear of what his experiences were like with each of you. And he had told great and mighty tales of your personality and your traits, most of which were fabricated because he had spent very little time with you indeed. But the story grows and grows. It's the fish the fisherman catches that gets bigger and bigger with every telling. He thinks tonight he'll take his tale up to the city of Yardam and see how the dwellers up there will line his pockets and his stomach with meat and food with the tale. Surely they'll want to know of the what happened to the saviors of the city. So he makes his way to the city of Yardam, up from the Dwarven city. Meanwhile, Dorian is making his way somewhere particular.
Yeah. Dorian winds his way into the warehouse district, taking a special route that he knows that has a lot of blind alleys where he won't be seen. And when he feels like he's been largely forgotten by any passersby, he changes appearance. I alter the cut of my clothes to mostly black. My cloak elongates, the hood comes up over my head, and then a mask just sort of grows over my face, a plain white mask with a single red eye with a massive grin scrawled on top of it. I find what I'm looking for, a passage into the catacombs beneath the warehouses. And then I make way toward my office through a number of narrow underground passages. When I arrive there, I find it occupied or empty.
There is someone not sitting in your seat, but a seat very close to it. Someone who's made himself at home, and you expected no less from Rito Bumfinger.
Rito. Miss me?
Always.
I trust everything is going well in my absence.
Just how you wanted it, boss.
Did you have to use my double or anything?
Once or twice, but for nothing serious.
Good. I need you to feel out the personnel. I'm looking for a special kind of person that can be reassigned. Someone who can take the reins in a more public capacity. Mostly someone looking to get out and you might be antsy about.
Okay.
You have 20 minutes.
Done. And he exits the room.
I'll pour myself a brandy from the cabinet if there's any left.
There's a splash left. He's one of those types that'll drink all but the last drop sometimes. That way he didn't finish the bottle.
All right, well, I combined a few bottle dregs, and it's been a long voyage, so I'll down the whole thing while he's gone. And then I'll amp up the atmosphere with a little illusion. Make it dark in here. Make it sinister. It's time to be the boss. It's time to be Mr. Grimm.
18 minutes pass. Rito returns.
No, wait,
Someone
wait.
in tow.
No, spin my chair around. That way it's not facing the door, of
Mm.
course.
What you wanted, boss?
My chair slowly turns around. What do I find there?
Kevin, describe your character.
There you find a very twitchy and constantly looking around individual known as Dr. Pox, a rat folk alchemist. In fact, your master poisoner. An all white rat folk, pink eyes, and as I said, constantly twitching around, looking, taking everything in.
Ah, yes, Dr. Pox. I remember recruiting you, I believe, right?
You see a little nod from Rito, and then he knows his cue to leave the room.
Thank you, Rito. Dr. Pox.
Yes. Definitely, you recruited me.
And are you satisfied with how everything is going here?
Tired of politics. Tired of games. Need to leave. Find somewhere else.
Yes, well, as a matter of fact, I hate to lose your service, Dr. Pox. You've already provided us with a lot of aid. Would you consider being reassigned to something more structured?
Structured? Structured how?
No, working with a small team to accomplish some goals that peripherally run into mine.
Yes. I think this sounds most pleasing.
Ah, good. Go and pack your things. You'll need to pack light. No carrying the entire lab, though I can have it delivered to wherever you find. I need you to seek out a half-elf named Dorian Honeybriar. He'll usually be hanging out at a bar called... What is the name of the bar again? I'm sorry.
The Brazen Bee.
The Brazen Bee. I've contacted him via message, and he is looking forward to your aid. His group recently lost a valued member.
Packed already. Ready to go whenever transportation is available.
Very well. Mr. Gren leans up across his desk and looks down at the floor at your feet and say, "It looks like you have transportation already. In the meantime, your severance package is me not killing you in exchange for secrecy. Are we agreed?"
Yes. Sorry, boss. Sorry. I'll be out right now.
Wonderful. Send Mr. Bumfinger back in.
If you're wondering,
yes, sir. And he scurries out.
if you've somehow missed, Rito Bumfinger is a name from the Bump Bucket. You too can drop in very detailed, phenomenal names like Rito Bumfinger if you go to our Patreon page. Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, you can create elaborate backstories for our NPCs that we will interact with.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one more thing. I'd like to talk to Rito before you switch gears.
Sure.
All right. When he comes back in, I gesture for him to lock the doors. I need privacy here, Rito.
It's one of the few rooms I can guarantee that in.
Good. Dorian removes his mask and sits it and basically a lot of his costume basically disappears. It's just his hat of disguise. I know we're partners in this joint venture here. And I appreciate all the legwork you're doing, but there's a problem on the horizon, and we may have to accelerate some plans. And then I will, without going into too much details about our role in it, explain to him about the coming threat. And I'll explain to you later about Dorian's plans. And you
Well, I assume something was up, boss. There's been rumors going around that you were all dead, but I tend to let those float over until I know for sure.
Who spread those rumors? We haven't been gone that long.
Not long enough for Fat Dwarf to line his pockets with tales of your last heroics.
Fat Dwarf.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then after that, Dorian immediately bolts. I'll see you on the morrow.
Indeed. Later that evening, the three that went off together, that's Simone, Nim, and Vladros, come up to the Brazen Bee. Make your way inside. Go into the bar, restaurant area. And immediately you see Task.
Well,
Leaned in a
before we
chair. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So before we go in, I'll tell them to put on their mind talking ring that we got,
Oh, yeah.
so we don't have to, because for my reminder and everybody else's, how like servant is tasked to the Cromwell?
You're not entirely sure. You know he's broken some rules for the order, and he seems to be keeping you guys separate for a reason, but you're not completely sure what those reasons are.
Okay.
Now, those rings, they work like message, right?
It's basically a cell phone as a ring.
Okay. Vladros will lick his fingers and brush his hair to try to look as presentable as possible. He will have cleaned up after the long voyage, changed his shirt. But he looks rough. But he looks cleaner than normal.
Yeah. So I say we walk inside and walk up to Task.
Is there
Say
anything
hello.
I need to avoid talking about? Any parts of our journey that I should keep quiet from this man?
Probably keep quiet till we
I-
kind of make introductions because
Well,
Yeah, we're
yes,
gonna find a private room.
obviously. But I mean,
and
like,
just
is
a
there
little
anything
recap.
we should not talk about?
Just when did we last? I'm trying to remember when we last saw Task.
Basically, when y'all were in audience with Cromwell under the Dwarven city. And then Task was there to kind of instigate or facilitate you guys helping the dwarves with investigating the Hollowed Isles when they had the missing ship. So that was the last time you saw him.
Before Akage died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to kind of give you insight is when y'all had that meeting with with Cromwell, Tass was the one that kind of jumped in on your storytelling to cover up the fact about the glade. So he kept that secret from Cromwell.
Okay. I'll gently lay Akage's staff on
Well,
the floor
one
beside
more-
the bar, or his
I do-
his glaive.
One more thing before we go in. I'll hit us all with protection from evil communal.
Jumpy.
That's good.
Yeah, listen. We just went back in time with a giant space dragon to save the world. It's weird, man. I don't trust nothing. But yeah, I like what Nim does and go in there and drop the glaive there.
You all drop a different glaive.
No, I
In
put
honor
down
of
Rasbad's
Akage.
hammer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody's supposed to dance with it. That was an old joke.
Yeah, we'll put down the hammer and the glaive and say, "We need to find somewhere to talk quietly."
I saw that the rest of your crew kind of ran off to do their own things. Any chance they'll be coming back here? Tass says without any other formal introduction. Like he's not surprised to see you at all.
Yeah. No, it's probably best we head back to Nim's house.
Does he detect his evil?
You detect evil on him? Just out in the
Well,
open?
Pisces got that up.
Oh, then no, he does not detect his evil.
Do you tell us that with your brain ring?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll share that with you.
Yeah.
With my brain ring, I say, he does not seem surprised or... you know what? Fuck this. You don't seem at all surprised at my appearance.
No,
You seem as though you recognize me.
I don't recognize you per se, but I knew you'd be coming.
Well, it seems that maybe you have as much to tell us as we have to tell you.
There is a lot to say. I'd prefer to say it all at once with the rest of the party.
But you know I'm on the way to the bar at some point.
Yeah.
I would say
Um,
we head back to Father Solomon's house.
As he says that, Saunders shows up. We do not know what what her conversation with Cuppy was like. We only know she went to have a conversation with Cuppy, and now she's at the bar. Deep inside everyone's heads, you can hear Razbad whisper, "All right, then, keep your secrets."
On my business.
None of my business.
Yeah, it's not a secret. I just, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything well at your shop, Sonder?
Yes, looks like I will have to man the shop or close it down for a week or so. I've had to send Cuppy to take care of some things.
Off the island, I hope.
Oh no, just spreading the word to the magical folk in the area, letting them know what threat lies in what threat lies right up just before us, lies beneath us.
Woohoo!
That will just I'll let Tass know that obviously that Akage and Razbad have died. I don't know if he was aware of that or not.
I knew that they weren't with you. I'm not sure what happened to Razbad, but maybe as soon as Dorian, and then as soon as he says, Dorian makes his way into the Brazen Bee.
Big entrance. Hello! I'm dressed to the nines, per usual.
With a strange companion.
Over here. Have a seat. I say to Dr. Pox.
A rat.
Yes. I am here.
Dorian pulls his chair up, props his feet up on the table, and grabs whatever ale is available. Good to be back.
Oh, now I know he's lying.
This is Dr. Pox, a fellow I met a while back that might be able to round out our group. If you have any questions about him or would like to do whatever you do to verify people, knock yourself out. But I think he'll be very suitable from my brief conversation with him. Well.
Did you get done talking? Tass leans back in his chair and looks over at the barkeep and gives a little nod. At that, the barkeep rings a little bell. Sorry, folks. Closing early tonight. Closing early. Man, there's only a handful of people in there that you're not familiar with, and they all kind of grumble, but this seems to be a common occurrence here. They pay their tabs, and within the next half hour, they've cleared out. The last thing you see is the barkeep give a little nod to Task as he closes both doors to the tavern side of this stay, and you hear a firm lock as the lock goes off.
We have a lot of pool. Yes.
You have to have pool these days.
Oh, yes.
Over there in the corner, isn't it?
You've never been funny, Amon?
He's right, Sean.
Funny. I put
Never
the
change.
fun in funeral. Thanks, Dr. Wizzo.
There's no need to brief you or put people through the rigmarole of joining the order, because those days are behind me as of this morning.
What you mean?
I mean, someone broke time and started a prophecy, and I believe that was you all. See, I know you all should be dead. I saw you die. And then I saw time reverse, and I saw you come back, most of you.
Razbad sacrificed
that?
himself for that.
How is it that you remember when no one else seems to?
Powerful magics, Nim. Powerful magics indeed.
He also has a direct link to all our minds. That probably didn't hurt.
No, y'all stopped wearing those rings. The order rings?
I never did.
Oh.
Well, the order rings were never a connection to our minds. They were just a
No,
hey, look, those guys
Yeah,
are.
I'm talking about
us.
the speaking rings, right?
Yeah.
Let us talk to each other.
No, the
Well, the
cell
order
phone
rings,
rings are.
Task was able to track us. It seemed like he could track us at one point by the order rings where we were.
I'm just saying that these rings that talk to each other, I definitely assumed he had one too.
No.
When did we get them? I thought we got them.
We got them in the Feywild.
Feywild.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's been so long.
Y'all got those as a. When did y'all get those?
Somewhere around the Wild Hunt, I believe.
Yeah.
It was a gift from the.
It was a gift from the Wild
Herald.
Hunt.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm getting my rings mixed up.
Yeah. The order
Really,
rings, he
Benji?
told you all to take off and toss them. Not long after y'all had them. That was right after
That's right.
Akage died the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you judge time.
Yeah.
When did Akage die?
By who died
Was it
and when?
Valvladros?
Akage, the age of Akage 1.
Yeah, that's the first season of Homebrew Detritus is just the ages of Akage.
That sounds like a really good book.
It does,
It's
actually,
not.
yeah.
It's not really, but
No, but I mean, it just sounds like the good title for a good book. The Age
There
of
you go.
Akage.
It would be a good
Good
book,
name.
and then once you actually read it, you found out how, for some reason, he kept leaving his main weapon around and handing it off to people.
Twice.
And Franks would know he was in the process of writing that story for those who like to read, but now look at him, just drawing instead of doing anything else. Look at him.
I'm listening. I'm here. I'm still participating.
This show, she just zoom in on your head for the whole hour because it's just you looking down, and maybe we can see what you're drawing in the reflection of your glasses. Show us what you're drawing. Give us a little tease. Show us what you're drawing.
All right, hang on. I will draw. I will zoom out.
Quick, I'm gonna get rid of this work in progress and finish project.
Definitely not the hentai I'm working on for that those Patreon goals.
I mean, it's like hentai. It's got a tentacle whip.
needs more tentacles.
Yeah.
Looky
Right, there he
there.
is.
It's a
For it.
very, very rough sketch of a moon.
So he's doing show stuff. So it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all part of the
Working.
show.
He's
Shit.
working.
I'll stop now.
But I know for a fact, we'll get back into the game. I know for a fact when Akage died, sad. and then you died, and then I couldn't see you anymore. And many years passed, years that no one else, well, very few. I suppose if I remember, there's got to be some out there besides me and you. And the world changed horribly. But what you've done is set forth a chain in motion. You've broken time. You've given things a second chance. You've shown the gods that mortals can make a difference. Some of the gods will pull for you. Some of them won't.
Sounds familiar.
They have never pulled for me before. I don't expect them to start now.
Have you met Vladros? He is a ray of sunshine.
Briefly.
Make boats.
But he never made one. It's like a story about a man named Gilligan and his islands. How they had a scientist who could have made a boat but never did.
He was too busy making coconut radios.
Yes. You've heard of the story.
I have. It is tragic and sad. Why did the Gilligan man allow himself to be bullied by the fat man? Why did he not just brain fat man with the coconut and then eat him?
Eat
We
him?
I had a rough upbringing.
I just consider the lovers' spats myself. Go on.
We have maybe a day at the most before the rumors of your death are overcome by the rumors of your sightings. People have seen you today, so you're not dead. There'll be powerful people in town that may want to reverse that to keep you dead.
Is there anybody in particular we should look out for?
I think you know.
We prefer you to say it.
Cromwell.
Okay, all right. Well, you know.
Cromwell, this is the man who is directly opposed to the Dark Lady, yes?
And ostensibly the king.
He's the king of these parts, and a Fey Lord to boot.
Oh, yes, we did learn this. I am sorry to take the reins here, but as the current outsider, I'm going to say what I know, and then perhaps if there's anything missing, we can fill each other in. But we have to kill both of them in order to stop a world-ending apocalypse from happening. The Dark Lady, you were there, you know.
That is one possible route to take. You're familiar that the Dark Lady is but one half of the Glade.
Yes.
Yes, I thought we were going to try to combine them again.
Oh, that's right. You did mention there was another half of her that
we
was
should
fond
go
of
to
the
the
boy.
glade.
But we still need to kill the Cromwell.
That one needs to die.
Cromwell, I believe death is the only answer for that one. But that will not be easy. He is a powerful Fey Lord.
We also need to figure out a timing situation, because if we kill Cromwell without taking care of the Dark Lady, then that will give her free reign to raise the world as a dragon corpse. I can't believe I just said those words.
Are you getting all this, Dr. Pox? I know this is throwing a lot at you.
But if we kill...
Yes, kind of, maybe. I'm gonna need to take some notes.
Yes, it is complicated. It took me a little while to piece it all together, even while they were spoon-feeding it to me. But if we kill the Dark Lady without taking care of Cromwell, then he will have more power and influence to make our world go poof, back to the Fey realm. Is that my understanding?
Yes, Cromwell wishes to pull the world back into the Fey realm. The Dark Lady wishes to rebirth Madeir. But what you've missed is that because you've broken time, you've set forth a prophecy.
prophecies.
What does this prophecy say?
I don't know nothing about no prophecy. What?
That's why, while you were gone, my mission, which I gave myself, was to dive deep into the dwarven libraries to find the history, the marriage, and the dissolving thereof between the lady when she was whole and Cromwell. It appears Cromwell is powerful, but not powerful in all ways. He enlisted the aid of a powerful lich called Ratatama.
What?
Ratatouille?
Ratatama.
Tatama.
It's a strange flickering of the tongue. I think I'm saying it as best as mortals can.
Ratatama. Wait, you said that they were married? This whole thing is a bloody divorce?
In a manner of
Figures.
speaking.
Figures.
I mean,
From the histories I've seen, there was a war between the race that the lady had created. La Mansa had created. And the dwarves who shown up. She had a ritual where the strongest of her giants were placed into crystals to be eternal guardians. The dwarves stole those crystals to harvest them. Thus a war broke loose. Cromwell, still at that time disguised as human, came here to facilitate a peace between the two. He convinced the lady that a marriage between her and him would unite the people. But the marriage was a ritual, one that Ratama concocted. And instead of intertwining the two as one, it split her into two and imprisoned her in two separate halves. Now, what released the Dark Lady half, I'm still not sure. I feel the priest had something to do with it. Maybe his daughter would have had some clues, but she's been lost to us.
Shame.
I described the necromancers. Like, the only one we've seen was the scriber, but then Razbad killed her, so. Oh, that's weird.
Ratatama was paid handsomely. As a lich, he already had eternal life, but he is now one with his soul crystal and in hibernation. And a keep far, far to the east in the sea. He might have a way, he might have the knowledge of reversing his own ritual, but convincing a lich lord to help in such matters seems difficult, to say the least. There's also the possibility, because of the gods' involvement, the gods who have direct contact with certain individuals have sway in this land. And now that time has been broken, I believe the bonds of the Glade have loosened. There may be a way to free her. But the only people I know that would have that kind of knowledge is a church of unity called the Silent Servitude at Wolfwood Keep, located at the base of the Fang.
Weird. We happen to know a ship heading that way very soon.
Gods and fate and destinies. Huh. Not to say those are your only options. The Wizards' Council and Lith may also hold sway and knowledge.
Maybe.
The Krathians have fought the Fae for hundreds of years. There may be knowledge there.
If not, certainly weapons.
Indeed.
that is worrisome. Kraith is a rather totalitarian state.
None of these options are going to be 100% safe or accurate, but that's what we have.
All right. Well then, that's what we're doing.
Which one?
Which one?
All of them. Let's come fully armed. Let's get the information we need. Let's find out how to bind them together. Let's get weapons.
Perhaps we could, I don't know, maybe start with the closest one, which would be
Yes.
perhaps talk to the lady, right?
Yeah,
Glade?
you can go see the lady. The Glade.
Yes.
The
We
Glady.
should go. I agree with going to see the glade.
I don't think Nim's ever actually met her except in his visions.
Yeah, he's only seen her in visions. There's only
her,
3
really.
characters left who have met the Glade.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to reconnect the lady. Then we want to kill Cromwell.
You're skipping a lot of levels in the middle there, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
What
Big picture.
What
Big picture.
guarantee do we have that the lady, once connected, won't decide that she still wants to resurrect the corpse of this dragon world, thus ending our world?
Well,
The Glade half of the lady.
I've never met her.
We're,
Vladros has never
There's
met
no
her, so he's
guarantee of
asking.
that.
He's asking like,
yeah, there's no
Oh,
guarantee of
okay.
that, but
sorry, I misunderstood who was asking the question.
Well,
it
there's-
was this voice.
If there's no guarantee that she won't, but if we're already well armed,
Hmm.
we'll stop her too.
And not to sway you in one direction or the other, but to remember the description of the Glade is like 100% peace and harmony and good. Like she is as good as the Dark Lady is evil, and the two of them together would be neutrality and holy, wholesome, yin and yang.
It'd be back to
Um,
divinity.
You probably wouldn't see. You probably wouldn't see a huge sway in either direction. If that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
Which probably would appeal to Nim a lot because of his tie with Order. Could see his character really wanting to bring those two halves together to reestablish some sort of balance, at least with that one god. But yeah, I mean, going to see her first is close, and it's an easier way to get information. But ultimately, she is still bound, as far as you know. Seems like Lith and Wolfwood would be your options for like gathering information and histories and maybe weaknesses for some of these top tier bosses you'll need to go against, and going to Kraith would be an option for your crew, just because of their weapons are specifically designed for fighting Fae. You can probably find powerful Fae killing weapons there specifically to take down Cromwell.
It is possible that we could start a war between Kraith and Yarnum, pitting Kraith and their hate boner of Fae folk against Cromwell.
Well, that's the last.
Well, that would strengthen the Dark Lady's position, though.
Right, but no, I'm saying we split our focus. We take care of Dark Lady. We let Kraith take care of Cromwell. This is just me spitballing.
Oh, right.
Already.
Task. Okay. So a little context here, and then Dorian takes a sip of his ale and says, "I am an enemy spy," and then he goes and tells the complete story of what happened.
That's surprising.
And then by the time he finishes, says, "Now, my job here was to essentially eventually facilitate a war with Kraith so they can occupy you. But I've come around on that."
Well, that's good. Because while weapons of Kraith against Cromwell would be wonderful, a Kraithian overtaking of the city of Yarnum would be
It
less
would be a
good.
disaster.
Yes.
Yes.
this town, with its faults, is still full of innocent people who are mostly good.
I am saying that is final resort. That is, mutually assured destruction level of let's not do that if we can avoid it. But it is a football in the back pocket.
When Cromwell is informed of your survival, he may be worried of your knowledge of his true identity and try to kill you. I don't think your time in Yharnam is long-lived.
Yes. I suppose we should prepare to move out. But there's one item we need to take care of first. Task.
Which is?
I made a personal promise to myself that if I ever saw that fat dwarf that left us to die in the mines, I would gut him like a fish. And I intend to before I take one step onto that boat.
You see Task close his eyes for a moment. The dog, which is just called Dog, at his hip, gives a little whimper.
Played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, woof.
Feisty trembles a little for a second and whispers, briefest evils.
She said what now?
Briefest evils. Briefest evils, like just a wisp of evil came off of him for just a second. And then Tass looks over at you and goes, he's currently telling the story of your death at another bar down the way. A place called the Blind Pig. Knowledge local. Anyone?
I have it, but I don't feel right rolling it because I've never been to the city.
It'd be a higher DC for you, but you can still roll it.
I got a 19.
I got 23.
I didn't beat either one of them.
Okay. 19, 23, you both go, this is the place where ruffians go. This is the bottom of the barrel bars. This is where people get jumped and stabbed and beaten. This is where the boisterous folks go to tell loud stories and stay up well past the witching hour. The cops, the town guard regularly have to come in and force this place to close. It's the perfect first stop for someone experimenting with their way here, especially a scoundrel, thieving type dwarf who wants to tell a false story to get a bunch of free drinks and possibly scam some money.
Excellent. Without much hesitation. You don't have to. In fact, you don't even have to come.
Oh, I won't stop you, but I don't condone it. I ain't stopping you.
Before we leave, though, I would like to ask Task a little bit more about, because we don't know what happened to the order, right?
What do you mean?
Well, as far as why
he left?
Yeah.
You haven't asked him?
Well, that's what I'm just going to ask him to get caught up on that, because he said that there's going to be some high level people. Obviously, we know Cromwell, but what else? Who else do we need to be on the lookout for? Or, I mean, do we need to avoid the Protectorate? We need to avoid other order members.
Yes. The simple answer is yes.
So we need to get out of the city soon.
Time reversed. I had a confrontation with Inquisitor Jorith. She was the leader of the Protectorate and secret leader of the Order. I asked her stance, if she was for Yharnam or Cromwell. She chose Cromwell, and then nearly killed me and killed Dog before I was able to stop her and escape with my life. Luckily, you guys brought that back around, so I didn't have to ask her again, but I still know the answer.
So did you, before time changed, did you kill her?
I don't know what happened to her when the city rose. I wasn't here for that. I was off gathering forces. The wizard circle at Lith was where I went and where we tried to stand our ground. I thought magic would be our best bet. We were currently, after years of building and training, I mean, you were gone for years that first time. A lot changed. A lot was destroyed. We built ships that flew. We had a fleet. We had firearms, hand cannons. They fired projectiles. We hit them with magics. Had a fleet 3,000 strong on their way to the island. But then time broke, things reversed, and we'll never know the outcome of that battle. And hopefully we'll never have to.
How long was it before the ground rose? How long was it before that happened? After we left?
6 months. A lot of terrible things happened in those 6 months, but that was the peak of it. Things here got worse. Undead, werewolves, giants came from the ground. The order turned and began to eliminate those of magical properties here. Horror stories.
And I guess last thing, I mean, when you say you fought Jorah, is she human?
Mostly, yes.
Fae.
She is human, but devout. The Fae Lord Cromwell has blessed her with many powers. Some that I did not expect.
Like what?
Improved strength, hearing, speed, magic spells, protection from magic spells. You know, things a high-level adventurer normally comes across, dungeon delving. You'll see it when you hit like level 14 or 15.
Woohoo!
There's the meat of it. That's what I was trying to get at.
I don't know.
Straight CR to party level, you could probably take her, but not all of you would survive.
That's like every fight we ever get in.
Exactly.
What time of day is it?
Nighttime, right?
Yeah, it's late night now.
Good.
I think we should take care of the little dwarf and maybe go ahead and get out of the city.
Yes. Well, actually, you know what? You're right. I won't kill him. But I am going to see
The
him.
worst he can do is keep spreading the lies and maybe cause some confusion or delay our full return.
It is a valid point. We could leave him be, let him spread the rumors of your deaths. But others have seen us. They
Yeah,
were
but I mean, there's
disillusioned
one
with
rumor. It's one rumor against another rumor, so it still might give us some time to get where we need to get on our way a little bit.
Good point.
That makes sense tactically.
Yes, it does.
It's not very satisfying, though. I'm trying to
There's
live
an
more.
apocalypse.
I'm trying to live more authentically here, Nim. Bear with me.
Hmm.
Fine, I'll leave it up to you.
Here is a thought. What if you go in disguise? Yes.
Oh, I
you can
intended to
you
go in
can
disguise.
and you just whisper into his ear something threatening.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we kind of want him to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, no, he can't see it coming.
Hmm.
I say we leave.
Yes, we could just go now. Well, we could speak to the glaive first, though. See, now that's sticky.
Sandra needs to wrap things up in town before she can leave.
I too have a few personal items I need to take care of.
Then tomorrow,
A day. And to get to, if we, depending on which way we go, do we need to leave by ship either way?
Well, if
only
you
way
want to
to
see the
go.
glade, that's a walk. Well, was a walk for you guys. Y'all have other means of overland travel now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Somebody have teleport?
I do.
he's never been there before though.
I have it.
Well,
You can get me there, then I can get us back where we need to go.
and we need to leave by ship because we have a ship, and we can't get to Wolfwood
We
or
don't have a
Lith.
ship.
And we do.
Yeah, we do.
I thought
We
the Saunders
will.
father was going to take it somewhere else and then come
Yeah,
back. He was gonna
Wolfwood
go
Keep.
Tell people.
Yeah, where we're going.
Okay.
One of the places that we can go.
Has
Yeah,
he
he
not
was-
left?
He was going to two places. He was going to warn the islands and
Right.
Wolfwood Keep. I haven't decided which one he was going to go to first, but I'm sure he could be swayed to go to one or the other first. Assuming he's still. I mean, if you go this night and tell him, "Hey, we're going to get back on the boat tomorrow," he'll wait. I say probably. He'll definitely wait. Since they're restocking and everything now, they didn't just drop you off. They didn't just slow down and you jump out at the curve and they kept
Okay,
going.
bye.
All right, yeah, see you later.
Tuck and roll! Woo!
Yeah, the Monochopsis is still in the port here in town.
Good luck, fuckers!
And how long of a journey on foot is it to get to the glade?
Well, if
2
we're
days,
walking,
right?
it was like 2.5 days.
And if we're riding,
Well, there's
About a
you don't
day.
have you have to use your clay mounts to fly. You could get there in a day.
I can summon a unicorn.
I'm
I
just saying,
assume Dorian handed Dr. Potts a block
Oh.
of clay.
no, it won't work for you.
Mm-mm.
That was
You have to
that was
You have to
Well,
ride doubles.
I do have the ability to fly.
There you go.
Aren't you fancy?
And I think that unicorn and flying mounts might be sufficiently low profile enough.
You leave at night, nobody will see.
But yeah, we'll just dip to the edge of the city. Go.
Yeah.
I was just being a sarcastic ass because I thought it was funny.
Take the old
Ah.
sewers. That seemed to work out well for y'all last time.
Let's
No.
not.
Gross.
I looked down at my new outfit. No.
Yeah, we didn't almost die every 5 seconds down there.
We're gonna find out.
No,
the Glade has
just
moved
because-
to the sewers. You're gonna have to go down there to see her.
The majestic Sylvan Magistry of Duty.
of Doodoo River.
She
mean,
likes
yeah,
the
we
shit mist.
Either way, Nim thinks that we need to go see the glade because obviously she's the other half of her evil self, and if she's aware of, if we tell her what's going on or what we think is going to happen, then I think that if we're going to seek information, I don't know why we wouldn't seek that information first.
Makes
I agree.
sense to me.
And like, if we're keeping a low profile, it might be best you leave your shop the way it is.
Well, it's going to have to be closed for a while, but I still need things.
All right.
Yes.
There's no one. There'll be no one to run it if I leave. I sent the other person that runs the shop off on an errand.
Oh, I know, Cubby. We go way back.
Do you now? Not surprised. Not surprised in the least.
So the plan
Got a lot
is
of magic.
to contact them on the Chopsticks, let them know that you plan to leave via ship in a day or so, and then travel to the Glade.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Mhm.
plan.
Good plan.
And when are you going to travel to the Glade? This same night or the next night?
It's up to who. I think we should all stick together, especially since we have some pretty high level people seeking us. So
Right.
maybe y'all finish up what y'all need to do. The rest of us kind of lay low.
All right.
We should all meet in the sewers.
No. We'll meet back at that house, the crappy one, the priest had.
Is that house known? Before we part ways and say, okay, is that house known to the Order as ours?
Yeah.
No.
Is it not?
There
No.
you go.
Okay, there it is. We have a safe house, everyone.
And that was your first clue that Task wasn't fully with the orders when that was y'all's safe house that nobody else knew about.
Excellent.
Good plan. I like it.
Solid.
Sneaky,
Nothing could go wrong.
sneaky.
All right. Well, if you're hitting the street, hoods up. Let's not have any more eyes on us.
Sleeves of many garments.
I don't know
Yeah, I'm
if
just gonna be
anyone is
invisible.
looking for me.
I
Personally.
turn into a halfling.
All right.
Which is probably how you got around in the city anyway, being, a beast folk.
I
Yeah,
don't know what is the view towards.
not good.
Okay, yeah,
Not outlawed,
Yeah.
but not welcomed.
There's a
Ponder.
lot of
yeah.
bars in this city.
I've got
Nobody
basically
likes
a
rats
head
in
of
the bar.
disguise. I've basically had a disguise, but it only lets me turn into a halfling, a gnome, or a human child.
Creepy
That's where I
human
show a
child with
clip of that
sticky
wandering
hands.
baby from Spell Scraps. It's just wandering the sewer with its wavy arms. That's Kevin's new rat folk character. Just done.
Lord. Sandra, do you have a way to move stealthily through the city?
Mm,
I could take
not
you in my
really-
hole.
oh no, that is not gonna happen.
Portable hole.
There
You could
were
jump in.
dead bodies in there.
I'm not in there anymore.
Never.
Yeah, but she didn't
You can
wash
only
it
live in a
out.
portable hole for 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a quick walk to her shop.
Yeah, just make
No.
that stuff up yourself, I guess. That's,
It's
10 minutes.
it's after the witching hour. There shouldn't
It's
be
close.
anyone out anyway. There shouldn't be
What-
those out and about anyway. I have a need to speak with the barkeep. I'll make sure to stay here till at least after the witching hour, and then I will stay concealed. Worry you not, Amun. Thank you for your concern.
It worries
All
me
right.
how much Noob wants to get people in his hole.
It's
Yeah.
nice and cold in my hole.
I'll never
Uh,
get
it's a cold hole.
he can't role play even for a minute. He has to bring his real life stuff into this game all
We
the
don't
time.
need your shit, noob.
All right.
I'm out of
so-
ice all the time. No
Yeah,
more
like
ice in this house.
Sonder realizes that if they're going to be leaving pretty soon, she's gonna have to take care of some things. First of all, she needs road supplies. She's gonna hit up the barkeep, make sure her bar car is stopped for the road. She's got shit to do. Don't you worry about her.
So, Sandra, you're going to go to your shop after the witching hour. Who's
Mhm.
staying at the Brazen Bee? Or what's everybody else's plan here?
I'm going to go back and leave some instructions with Rito.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it to the house.
Mostly like I'm going to update him on what my plans are, then how I'll be gone, what he needs to do, and then I make specific mention that there is a dwarf in town that you've told me about. Indeed, he has been spreading rumors of our death, and I want you to enhance those rumors, make them put more voices in the street that we are in fact dead. Also, I want you to put a person on him, and I want you to put a little poison in every free drink he gets, just a little. Make him sick.
So the old special then. Got it.
I don't want him to enjoy my time away.
Amun, you said you're going home?
Not to my home, to the safe house.
You're just going straight to the safe house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ladrost will go with Amun to the
Okay.
safe house. If
As will Dr. Potts.
cool,
Shut up.
we'll play a game. We'll play some cards or Monopoly or some shit. Make
And
an
Nim?
Nim will, I don't know how safe. I guess I need like a wisdom check. Maybe he's thinks about going to the archive and see if he could find out any information on Wolf Skull Keep,
Wolfwood Keep.
Wolfwood Keep.
I mean, you want to go to the place where they all think we're dead?
At the archive?
Yeah, in the Dwarven City, where that guy's been spreading.
No.
The archive is the giant library that's here, and
Yeah, I thought it was in the Dwarven area.
No, there's the archive, which is in the city, and then there was the Dwarven's secret library that had even further histories.
yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. I was gonna go to the one here. It's just to try to get some
Okay.
see what's available. Check
Local
out a book
info.
with my library card.
Sonder, roll a perception check.
22.
Dorian, roll a perception check.
Okay. 29.
Nim, roll a perception check.
That one. I haven't rolled a double-digit number all night, so I got a 20.
And then the other three in that group, y'all roll a perception check.
21.
24.
Yeah, way lower.
I'm just gonna put a 0 for Kevin.
13. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, you might as well put a 0.
Sonder, you're getting close to your shop. You hear just a faint splash, like somebody running quickly up behind you. Dorian, as you turn a corner, you know for a fact you're being followed, and you will get the jump on whatever's happening there. Nim, you don't hear as a large shadow appears behind your character in a dark alley. And who got the 24 out of y'all's group?
I did.
No, you didn't,
Was
Nim.
I?
Yeah.
No, you got a 20.
No, I had a 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you weren't in that group.
Mhm.
Yeah, the three of us walking.
Dr. Potts and Vladros are having a quiet conversation about what they're going to do when they get back to the house. When Amon hears the slither of metal against leather as sounds like a sword's being drawn. And we'll figure out this three-way combat next episode.
Oh,
Well, I can't wait to set somebody on fire. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty.
We split the party.
You definitely did split the party. After
The
saying, we
minute
should all
we
stay
knew.
together.
Yep.
We'll get back together. We'll be fine.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Some of you might.
I mean, we'll be fine. We got 3. Yo, Nim's dead. Nim's gonna get one attack into the back of his head.
I know I just have to hit a 24 AC with Nim, so I'm going to make sure to have the guy with power attack hit.
yeah.
Nice knowing you, Nim.
Just
What's
one
your
more
next
I got a
wizard gonna
book that I have something
specialize
to read
in?
while I waited for Sandra to get done with her shit.
What
It's
about
invisible
Dorian?
anyway.
Hmm?
No, what's your next wizard gonna specialize in?
Dorian's no
Conjuration.
fool, and if he feels overpowered, he's gonna fucking get out of there.
Running is always an option
Mm.
until it's not an option.
Teleport. I get this teleportation, dimension door,
Yeah, I guess you'll
dimensional
be fine.
steps, shifting.
That surprise round's gonna hurt.
The
Yeah,
biggest,
with only 36 hit points.
biggest issue
I
with
hope they
running
don't have.
between the three of us is we were running to the safe house. If we run and they follow us, they're going to know and we're not going to have a safe house anymore.
There's 3 of
Oh, we're
y'all.
not
Though.
running.
You'll have a little bit better chance to stand your ground.
Yeah. And out of all the groups, the slowest member is in that group of 3. I don't see a Mun running anywhere.
Oh yeah, I got 20 feet of movement. I am not fast.
I'm coming, boys. Wait up.
Yeah, I
Ladros
took
isn't much for running either.
I made sure I had to buy boots of springing and striding. I hate having 20 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm probably going to get that at some point, but you know.
There's
Well,
just
that
something
seems like
nice
a-
about that 30 feet, that feels good. 20
It's
sucks.
like you can run away.
Mm.
There's something that sucks about being the slowest member of the party, too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you're also the party healer, it kind of negates slow movement. Party has to stay up with me if they want to heal.
That's
I
emotional
was-
blackmail, Kevin.
I was thinking I'd give out bennies to y'all when y'all do something really nice. I'm going to give one to myself for keeping all these notes and bringing back all these names. So give myself
Nice,
a couple free
dude.
rulls during this
I
next
mean-
combat.
Don't you have those anyway?
Yeah, I
just
take
lie.
notes. That's why I'm giving myself a Benny.
No, she was saying your rerolls.
Yeah.
She thought
Just
Jimmy
calling you
rolled
out.
No. I'll be like, oh, let me re-roll that really loudly on here. Ooh, a 20.
Let me roll my
It's for the
1d20.
story. It's for the story.
It's for the story. No, I don't like lying on dice rolls unless the combat's really not going my way and I feel like I should have more fun. The only time.
Okay.
And I'm like, I didn't build this monster for it to die in one round. I made that save. Fuck you, Dim.
Phantasmal killer!
I don't think we got any banter at the end, so everybody just roll a dice, see who's going to close the show.
Oh, no.
8.
20.
8.
Ooh.
12.
17.
There's 2 8s. Roll them again.
12.
8.
And I rolled lower, so 8.
Oh, God damn it. All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching Homebrew Detritus, our main campaign. And if you like what you see here, please remember to like, follow, click all them buttons, the bells, etc. And check us out on patreon.com. That link is below. Also, check out homebrewdetritus.com. Don't worry, you don't have to put in all the wwws. It does that for you on Google. This is the future.
It's still kind of in there.
Also, we have another show that we do live streams called RPG Revolver, where we play new and different games rotated roughly once every 2 sessions. And if there's anything else I'm forgetting, please tell me what it is.
Okay, bye.
That's it. Oh, wait, that's right. Noob Show's on a hiatus. So good night, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, and the answer to the question from last week, I looked at his beard and actually he kept it kind of clean after those tacos. I was pretty surprised.
Not bad. Well done.
Only
dude.
refried beans, normal beans, uncooked beans, beef, chicken, hot dog parts, but we don't know what kind of meat that is, so it counts as a separate protein.
Uh-huh. And for
Bacon
some
dip.
reason, pinto beans. Why are you eating tacos with pinto beans in them?
Butter
It ain't
beans.
bad.
Butter beans.
Ew.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Okay, bye.
Night.
Sorry about
Also,
that.
peanut butter. Peanut butter.